For me, it was the right time. I was looking for an opportunity to work for myself. I'd spent some time, for personal reasons, away from full-time employment, and I was looking to come back into sales. And the thought about going back into that organization structure, to going back into kind of that corporate entity really wasn't appealing to me. So, I have a passion for sales. I have a passion for helping businesses, for helping kind of organizations. And I'd done quite a lot of work with kind of founder-led business in the past. So when I saw the opportunity to kind of work, with total sales and to set up my own business, having the autonomy to do what I wanted to do, to have the business that was branded in the way I wanted to brand it, but come with a framework, to come with a structure behind that, it seemed like the ideal way for me to achieve what was important to me, but really to kind of do that at some pace. Well, I think it's about giving a really kind of clear vision about what we do. So we have a structure, we have a framework, and that's what we stick to. So I find that, because it's such a set way about approaching the problem, it absolutely kind of gives clarity to the client throughout it. So we've set up the site, we've set up our messaging, we've set up what we do, and it really kind of highlights that kind of visibility, that clarity first, and then the way we'll build that out through the sales engines to bring that predictability into what they do. So it's a number of factors, but it's all focused on that kind of clarity, the introduction of the sales engine. So I think there's a couple of points to this. So, I think if I was looking at where I'd been if I started my own business and if I'd gone it alone, and I think now, knowing what I know, I think I would have been, in a totally different place if I had not had the support, the structure, and that kind of framework, and you know, Matt's help, Simon's help, and the rest of the kind of team's input. So I think if I'd gone up by myself, I would have been, kind of, I think, a long way back from here. Where I'm at the moment is it feels like it's in a very kind of controlled place. That growth has been consistent, it's been strong, it's been built kind of in layers. So I feel that every time we've moved forward, it's been done intentionally so that we're building on top of strong foundations. And with that comes more confidence, comes more clarity. So, you know, my confidence is high. I'm feeling really good about where we are. I know there's still work to be done and still some hard work to be done, but I'm probably more confident now than I've ever been about, the fact that we will absolutely make this happen and succeed. Enough effort and work is involved that, keeping on top of all of that and keeping, the cadence and clarity is quite a lot of time and effort. And to have somebody that can kind of assist with that and help with that, I think, makes a huge difference to your confidence, B, to your time, and I think, C, for the results. I think, my advice would be that you've got to be sure this is something you really want to do. If you're serious about doing fractional sales management, then my advice would be to get the support to do it with somebody, or who knows what they're doing. I think it's the total sales framework and offer really does kind of start to set us apart. You start to see that the market is quite busy. There's lots of consultants and fractional sales directors and managers. I think what I've really kind of benefited from, and I think what's made a big difference, is the understanding of about how this offer and promise sets us apart from, a lot of other people out there in the market.